Okay, so if we had an, oh yeah, cool. Hi. So if we'd had a real class, this is a real class. If we had a class that was in person, I normally do circle time, and I'd catch up on your symptoms, how you're feeling this week, and I'd normally have like a circle chat. So this week was supposed to be chatting about what role you saw for your partner in birth. So anyway, I just thought I'd say that to you so that even if we don't chat about it, we can still think about it. And also, it can be a little bit of a worry, I suppose, sometimes. So, sorry, I get a wonky face when I go into the waiting room. I think it just stills. So anyway, I'm sure you are tied in with care providers at this stages of your pregnancy. But I did see on Instagram last night that Doula Ireland are having online live Instagram chats. So you could go on and ask them questions and things like that. So I don't know whether you're tied into, whatever whatever hospital you're tied into, or whether you're having a birth from home or whatever you're doing. Normally we would chat about that, but I just thought another way of you getting a bit more information might be to just rock up and look on Instagram to those chats. They're on Saturday. I think after this class, you probably won't have time for that, but they're also on Tuesdays. I posted it on my enchanted_yoga on Instagram, my story. And I'm also on Facebook it's called Enchanted Yoga with Elaine. So you should be able to find it pretty easy there. Anyway, just in case you want to think about other options, just because sometimes it just kind of might help to have somebody else in the room. So it might help to have a doula, or just even to explore that option. I didn't. I might consider it now if I was to get pregnant again or to go through birthing again. I might consider it. I had a cesarean actually. Shifra was super duper 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 breech. We'll talk about positioning again. So yeah, and I was just on Instagram Live last night just talking a bit about that and how I just felt my choices were taken away from me. But actually now I realize that they weren't. As in, now I realize what I could do in that situation again. So look, if that is your situation, do talk to me outside this, and I can give you some ideas for just breathing and keeping calm and all of that stuff. Okay, so look, get really comfy, and I think I have everybody now. I do. So we're going to do our breathing. So you can either close your eyes or you can look at the top of your mat and just, notice your breath as it is, and just see if there's anything bothering you. Just try to let go of it now and just center on your breathing. Connect to your jaw. Just let's do a little body scan and just see, okay, am I gripping anywhere? Just deepen your breath if you can. It's hard at this time of the year. Sometimes hay fever comes up, and also progesterone that creates the mucousy block to protect your baby is probably mucousy blocking up your nose too. But so if you can't breathe out through your nose, then just breathe in and out however is comfy for you, okay? But if you're breathing through your lips, just make them rose petal lips. If you're breathing out through your mouth, just imagine that you're blowing on baby's face. So really gentle. Notice if your eyes are closed, are they relaxed? You holding anywhere, maybe your shoulders, let that go. And if you need to move around during this class or go to the loo, off you pop, okay? Breathe slower and deeper. Bring your attention to the rhythm of your breath. Slow down your inhale and your exhale. As you breathe in and out, see if you can find the pause between the inhale and the exhale. So as you breathe in and out, there's just a little pause between the inhale and the exhale. I don't want you to hold your breath. We don't do that in pregnancy. But I just want you to notice it, because sometimes if we're thinking about the wash or the dinner or the fears that we might have or anything, God, you could be thinking about Game of Thrones. Just try and bring your attention to that pause. It can help. Is there anywhere on your body, in your body, that's uncomfortable now? I want you just to send your attention there and send your breath there. I want you to breathe deeply right into that discomfort. Imagine as you breathe in and out, you're creating a giant bubble or lots of bubbles of oxygen. And as they burst, that discomfort disappears. It melts. Continue to breathe into any area of your body that is distracting you right now, and just feel any tension release. Feel more at ease. Let go. Let it go. I want you now to think, is there any part of your body that you think or talk negatively about? I want you to send your breath there. Surround that area in a mist of breath. Breathe in a colorful light of oxygen, maybe your favorite color, and send that light all around your body. Feel as if you're surrounded by a protective mist of female power, of femininity. And just bask in the warmth of this strength. Bring your hands to your tummy and take a deep breath in and a long breath out, and send breath to your baby. Bring one hand to your chest and breathe in and out. And just notice the breath. Connecting to your breath is just so powerful during birth. in between surges, during surges. Now stretch your hands above your head and clasp your hands together and stretch to one side and to the other. And shake it out. We're going to come into child's pose when you're ready, okay? So if you're here, you're just going to come on over and bring your bum towards your heels, and yeah, see if you can get your arms onto the ground. If you can, you might need one potato, two potato. If you don't need one potato, two potato, then stretch your hands out and see if you can get a nice stretch in your upper back. So stretch them out. If you need to be up, if you're suffering from heartburn, then one potato, two potato can be great, okay? See if you can breathe into your back. Into your ribs. Into your side, all around. Done. Now you might want to bring some movement into your child's pose. Maybe do you need to wiggle from side to side? Ease out those hips. Maybe come on up to tabletop position. So maybe you come up onto all fours. Just give yourself a bit of a wiggle. And we're going to do puppy dog, or as I call it, where's my ass? Where's my ass? There it is. There it is. So I want you to breathe in, and then as you breathe out, I want you to turn, just stretch your side stretch, and look at the side of your bum, and then come back to center. Breathe in and center, breathe out as you stretch to the other side. Come back to center. Then look again as you breathe out. Come back to center. Look to the other side. Come back to center. Really lovely. That's it. Should give you a nice side stretch. That's it. Okay, so now we're going to do a cat stretch. Let's get that back, that all nice and warmed up. Okay. We're going to again come back to the mat in tabletop position. Our feet are flat on the floor. Our hands, the middle finger is pointing up to the mat, the top of the mat. And just imagine, as I say to the kids, you've got a yoga fairy under your hand just to protect your wrists. Or you might use your fists, okay? Knees hip width distance apart. We're going to breathe in. As we breathe out, we're going to tilt our pelvis and round our spine. Look in between our legs. And in and back to center. So as you breathe out, round your spine, tilt your pelvis and look through your legs. Really lovely. And then just go with your own breath, okay? So your in breath is when you're back to center, and your out breath is when you're tilting your pelvis and rounding your spine. Really lovely. Good job. And see how much you can just get space. And this is a great one you know, if you're feeling uncomfortable, this is a great one in the evening. Okay. Well done. Do 2 more of those. And then we are going to come up onto our knees and do some hip circles. Now, you might need to pad your mat with a blanket. We're going to do some hip circles. So just make sure that you're nice and comfy. So I want you guys to we're going to do a bit of exploration here, okay? I'm going to talk about space in our pelvis. I know it's early doors, but I still want you to think about it a little bit, okay? So I want you to take your hand to your pelvis and then one to your coccyx, your tailbone, okay? And I want you just to see if you move around, what happens? You know, can you notice that your coccyx opens slightly when you're bent over? And I want you just to notice what happens when we're straight up like this, okay? Now, again, in ordinary class, you might go, oh good, that's quite the difference there. Okay, so now I'm going to do something which I don't expect you guys to do. Let's imagine we're on our backs, right? Like there's no space. There's no space for that coccyx to make space. There's no space for it to open. And, you know, if we're on our backs with our legs in the air, like the person who is accessing you has lots of space, but you don't. So just think about that, you know, depending on how far you get and when you're birthing, okay? Just think about that space that you're able to make. And here's another tip, okay, that we learned about from some of the fabulous midwives that we worked with. Okay, if you bring your feet out like this, you also open up the pelvis even more. And another thing they taught us was, as hard as this is to believe, if you smile, it's really difficult to engage your pelvic floor. So let's do that for a second, okay? Let's try and engage our pelvic floor while we're up here kneeling. Okay. So, okay, let's really grimace. Like I can engage when I'm like, brr. But like if I relax my jaw and let's say I smile, just try smiling or a little laugh, think of something funny, and try and connect to your pelvic floor. Try and engage it. It's really difficult. Okay, so I think that's the 2 things we need to think about. You know, work for the next few months on your jaw. I can't say it to you enough. Try and melt that jaw, because when you're feeling the pressure and the hard work that labor or birthing is, you need to be able to separate things. And that's what yoga can be about, isolating areas. So let's do some hip circles and I'll keep talking, okay? So let's come to kneeling. And let's just start to just ease out our hips, okay? And then just what I want you to do in class, but also outside class, like let's say you're doing the dishes or, you know, working. I just want you to notice, is your jaw tense, okay? And let's come back the other way. And just where you can, just tell yourself, melt my jaw, breathe in, and maybe blow out through rose petal lips. Because the more you can soften as we practice at the moment, then when, you know, when you're working hard, when the pressure is on, you can try and activate that and go, okay, yeah, that's why I can't let go here. I can't let go because I'm just tense the whole way through my body. And that is tough, you know, it's tough to try and make that connection and isolate that. And that's why I talk about it so much. Because you might just otherwise be going, why did she go on and on about me melting my bloody jaw? Like, what does that have to do with, with my vagina? Like, you know? That is what it is, okay? Oh, Lordy. Okay, well done. Okay, so while we're kneeling, what I thought we'd do is do some lunges, okay? So, I'm going to fold over my mat to protect my knees. So mind your knees, ladies. Okay, and then I'm going to, you see me now, hang on. I'm just going to move the camera a bit. So I'm folding over my mat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to scooch my foot forward. Okay, so really scooch it forward. Lovely. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, lovely. Use whatever support you need to. Really good. Now, I want you to feel really stable. Okay. To feel stable, you might have to scooch your foot off the mat, the one that's forward. And I want you to be able to see your big toe and your second toe when we come forward. So just do a little test now, okay? See if when you go forward, can you still see your big toe? And if you can't, just scoot your foot forward a little bit, okay? And if you're wearing socks, you might have to take them off if you're on a slippy surface. So just get prepared for that. Lovely. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to do one thing on this side, okay? So as we breathe in, as we breathe out, we're going to hug baby in and we're going to engage our pelvic floor, okay? And we might put our hands on our hips for stability. So I don't want to just give you loads to think about. I think that's enough. We're going to move forward, okay? Okay, so as we breathe in, as we breathe out, hug baby in, engage that pelvic floor, and then come back to center. Breathe in, breathe out, hug baby in, engage that pelvic floor, come back to center. Now just move with your own breath and connect to your pelvic floor, okay? So in, out, hug baby, in and forward. That's it. Have the shoulders gotten involved? Just let them go. Did your jaw start getting involved? Just notice it. Done. Now, when you're ready, come back to center. What we're going to do is we're just going to come over onto our heel. I'm just going to show you here so you can see. Like, we're just going to straighten our foot, our heel. We're going to have really active feet. And we're just going to give ourselves a nice calf stretch. Okay, and you should be getting a nice hamstring stretch as well. So hopefully, Sue, bend your knee if you need to, okay? Just with the sciatica. Well done, and then we're going to do the other side. So comfortably switch sides safely. Fold over the mat. Scoot your foot forward. Now this is a bit like, how shall I put this? Patting your tummy and rubbing your head, or is it patting your head and rubbing your tummy? I can never remember which. Okay, so scoot your foot forward to wherever you feel comfy. And remember, just come forward, see if you can still see your toes, like your big toe and your second toe. Okay, well done. Okay, and then just come back. Again, we're just going to put our hands on our hips for stability. Do you know, if there's a wall near you and you need to connect to it, do that. Whatever makes you feel safe and stable. Okay. This time we're going to let go. We're going to let go of our pelvic floor. Okay. So this time we're not going to engage the pelvic floor. We're just going to let it go. Okay. So I want you to hug baby in. And as you breathe in, I want you just to soften. And maybe we might just stay here for a little second. Breathe in and out. And just let go. Let go of the pelvic floor. Maybe enjoy a nice stretch in that hip. And then come back. Okay. So I want you to breathe out, hug baby in, breathe in and soften and just let go. Let go of the pelvic floor and just soften. Breathe out, hug baby in, come back. Full breaths here. Breathe out, hug baby in, breathe in and soften forward. Lovely. And now just find your own rhythm, okay? So really, I want you just to connect with that idea of being in this position of lunging and the space that you feel and just letting go. And maybe let's imagine a birth ball or a kitchen chair and just the ease that you're getting in your hips and just the movement and the fact that there's gravity here. You can create space here, okay? And then do one more, and then we're going to come back and we're going to stretch out that leg again. Well done. So I want you to stretch out that leg. So we're flexing our foot, okay? We're getting a lovely stretch depending on how deep you go into it, in the hamstring and in the calf. Now, if you suffer from sciatica, I want you just to bend your knee a little bit, or as much as you need to bend it to be comfortable. Okay? Just kind of, soften. So as you breathe in, I want you to soften. As you breathe out, see if you can stretch a little bit further. As you breathe in, soften. And as you breathe out, see if you can go a little bit further. Okay, well done. Okay, really good. Like, there's a lot to think about there, but I just want to give you options, options to just think about. Okay, like when the time comes, how can I make space for myself? How can I make space when I'm feeling under pressure? And especially when you're trying to work on positioning of the baby later on in pregnancy, lunges can be super helpful, and we'll talk about that later in later classes. Okay, smashing. I am just loving your bumps, ladies. Seriously, I think they have grown in the last 4 weeks. I mean, you're like, yeah, Elaine. Oh my God, they have. But I now can see, I can see the difference, because I don't see you for a week. It's amazing. You look gorgeous. Okay, got distracted there by your beauty. I'm sorry. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to come safely up to standing. Okay, so bring one leg forward and then lean on it, hug baby in, come on up to standing. Okay, now we're just going to do some work on posture, because that can really help. So we're going to do mountain pose, okay? You might be like, seriously, that's just standing. But holy cow, ladies, when your posture is all out of whack, that can have some, it can really affect you, okay? Okay, so I want you just to, we're going to keep our eyes open because your balance can just be a bit skewy. I want you just to really just bring your attention to your whole body now, okay? maybe bring your hands into prayer position, okay? And we'll just have a bit of a play with our feet. So we might lift our toes up and then root them down. We might come up onto our toes, lift our heels and down. And then come onto the outside of your feet. And then bring them back. And then like penguin. I can get the kids to walk up and down the mat like a penguin. So just see if you can turn in your feet. And then bring them back to center. And then I really want you to just again, bring your attention to your pelvis. You know, where is it sitting? Has it started to move? You know, are you starting to throw the bum out, or are you starting to throw the pelvis forward? Just see if you can just relax and try and enter a neutral pelvis, okay? Okay, well done. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to do some pelvic tilts, okay? I'm going to go sideways so you can see me better. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tilt my pelvis so that the water is pouring out the front, okay? If my pelvis was a bowl of water, I'm going to pour them out like this. And I'm going to bring my arms in because I'm just going to arch my spine and just pour that water out. And then I'm going to tuck my tailbone and I'm going to bring my hands together like this. So literally I'm going back and out, and I'm coming forward and in. So remember we did cat earlier, keep going back. And to remember, you know, I always talk about cow, and I go, normally in yoga, we do, you know, cow, and then we do cat, or we do cat, and then we do cow. So tilt and stretch, round. This is a safe way of doing cow, where you're not going to affect, you know, gravity is not going to pull everything down on you. And it just really gives you space in the back body. And that can just be amazing. We'll just do one more. That can be amazing for just opening the back and helping you to breathe in the back. Because, you know, when we're putting all this pressure on our abs, that can just eventually start to cause a little bit of diastasis. It can, sometimes it doesn't, okay? But that just can just help us open our back and breathe into our back and use all of our lung space, okay? Okay, well done. Now I'm going to do some, we're going to do Artemis, okay? So, again, this is really good for creating that space, but it's also good on working on the legs and building strength, okay? So I want you to come back to mountain pose and take a really big step. Okay, really big step. Super duper. And then I want you just to turn the toes of one of your feet so that they are perpendicular to the top of your mat, okay? And the back foot is parallel-ish, okay, parallel-ish. I want you to be comfortable in this, and I don't want you to take your hips all out of whack, okay? So parallel-ish, we're at a 90, yeah, at a 90-degree angle, depending on how comfy you feel. Now, again, we're just going to bend our knee, our front knee, but we can still see our first two toes, okay? I want you to bring your attention now, like we did in mountain pose, to our feet. I want you to bring your attention to your feet. I want to bring your attention to your back foot. I want you to be sending energy out to the side, the outside of your back foot. Okay? When you're ready, I want you to bring your hands up I always say to the kids, imagine your two best friends are pulling you in opposite directions, okay? And then bend like a bow your backhand, okay? If you can. So you literally just bend it up onto your shoulder. And I want you to breathe. Imagine that as you're breathing down your middle finger. As you breathe here, I want you just to notice, are you grimacing? You know, I want you to notice where your pelvis is. Is it still in neutral? Or have you started to move it whichever way you normally try to get yourself into? Just really, you know, bring attention to your posture. Breathe in and out. How are those shoulders? Soften. Breathe in and out. As you breathe in and out, I want you to imagine that your lips are like rose petal lips. And let's shake it out. Let's turn our feet in, but we're going to do the other side. Okay. Wonderful. So same setup as before. Front foot now is the other side of the mat. Parallel back foot or 90 degrees back foot. Do you know, it's never good front foot. There's knots and everything, isn't there? It's even in yoga. We're going to bend our front foot, our front knee. We're just going to notice our knee, that it's not coming in like this. We're going to make sure that our knee is tracking towards our second toe. Okay? Equal energy going back and forward. Breathe in. Bring our hands up. Then bend that back hand to touch our shoulders into our bow as we get into Artemis. Okay, so Artemis was the Greek god of fertility. She was a fierce god. She was a hunter-gatherer. And we often just talk about her to honor all the women in the world giving birth right now. So breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Bring your attention to your feet, your knees. Has anything started to move? Breathe in. And as you breathe out, imagine you're just blowing on baby's face. And then bring your arms back, shake it out, scissor your feet together. So I did about a minute on each side, and that is like your average kind of contraction. So just really see how, you know, you can get quite uncomfortable there, and see if you can distract yourself with just me talking or bringing your attention to your breath, or maybe having music, you know, and singing your favorite song can be really useful. Okay, I'm going to do pyramid pose. So I want you to see me here. I just want to see how you go there. Now, Sue, this is great for sciatica, but just bend the knees a bit more maybe than everyone else, okay? So just mind yourself in it, okay? So I want you to just take a step forward. Imagine your feet are on railway tracks, okay? So when you step forward, you don't step in, you step directly forward, okay? And then we're going to just creep our hands down our body. And, or you could have them on your hips, or if you can get to the floor, you might get to the floor, you might bend your front knee to accommodate this. Or you might be back up here, just hinged at the waist. And breathe in and out. And as you breathe in and out, I just want you just to imagine that you can soften with that in-breath. And as you breathe out, just see if you can go a little bit further, but never push yourself. Breathe in and out. And as you breathe in, tell yourself, slow down, 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 out. And on the next breath, I want you just to if you're down your leg, I want you to very slowly walk your leg, walk your hands up your leg, come to your hips, and then slowly come up to a standing position. And the head is the last thing to come up, okay? And we will do the other side. So again, we'll just take a nice step. Okay. Remember, you're on those train tracks, okay? So you've got a good space between your legs, you know, and keep that when you make that step. Sometimes people, when they step forward or backwards, they come in a little bit. So just adjust yourself. Okay, when you're ready, I want you to hinge at the hips. Now, I want you to keep a straight spine in this. Okay. So hinge over and see, okay, how do I feel there? How do I feel in this position? Nice straight spine, no rounding of the spine, okay? Okay, and breathe in and out as you're here. When you're ready, if you want to go further, come down your leg. Maybe you're up on the tips of your fingers. Breathe in and out. Maybe the tips of your fingers are on a cushion. And you might be tighter on one side than the other. When you're ready, walk your hands up your legs very gently. Head is the last thing to come up. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I want us to come back down to the floor. Because I'm going to do just some core work now. Core. What is that? It's gone. It's not, it's still there. Come on down. So remember, take a step back with one foot, hands onto the knee, and come down to a lunge position, okay? Hug baby in. That's it. Okay, so again, we're just going to do our kneeling hip circle. So again, just to ease out our back again. Okay, so you might need to pad your knees. We're just gonna give ourselves a nice, easy hip circle. Just ease out those hips and that lower back. Okay. And then the other way. Breathe in and out. And then you might come from one side to the other. And then we're gonna just do some wrist work, just because we're gonna come back, we're gonna come down onto the floor to our wrists, so shake them out. And then, you know, my beautiful 90s dance, we'll just give them a nice warm up. Get funky with it if you want to. Okay. Lovely. I'm just going to take a sip of water. We're going to do super mum position. Okay, so we're going to come down to all fours again. So you might need to pad your knees, okay? I'm actually fine because I have 2 mats. So I'm okay, but just watch your knees. Okay, so up and talk to you. I want you to get into tabletop position, or as I say to the kids, make a square with your body. Hands are facing to the front of the mat, middle finger to the top of the mat. Sometimes nice and spaced hands, okay? Nice and spaced. Sometimes some people find it more comfortable to create a finger in between their index and their middle. So to point that space to the top of the mat. Whatever is more comfortable for you, that's what you go with, okay? I want you to imagine that you've got your favorite drink, your absolute favorite, on your back, on your lower back, okay? And if you're practicing this again, sometimes it's handy to put maybe a book on your back, okay? Because then you can really get that feedback of the movement. All right. Okay. So you're in a square position. When you're ready, I want you to hug baby in and bring your back leg, one of your back legs, backwards. Oh God, Elaine. Here comes coffee time. Okay. So you're bringing your foot backwards, and I want you to bring your opposite arm forward. Your opposite arm forward. And then I want you to bring up the back leg. Okay, so you're like in a superhero position. You've got your front arm forward and the opposite leg backwards. When you're ready, engage and pull that back leg up into the air. Breathe in and out. And then when you're ready, pull baby in again, hug baby in, slide that back foot back into position and bring that hand down to the floor. And we'll do the other side. Okay, so breathe in and out. Point that back foot back, the opposite one to the one you've just done. When you're ready, bring your hands up, straight ahead, opposite hand to the foot that's back, and then lift and flex that foot. Lift that leg, flex that foot, and breathe in and out. Breathe in and out, and then slide them back. We'll do another one on the other side. Okay, so breathe in and out. On an out breath, hug baby in, send your foot back, opposite arm forward, lift that back foot, flex that foot. Breathe in and out, and then bring that hand back. And then do the other side. Okay, that's it. Lovely, that's it, look at the mat, well done. Isha, just bring your foot back down a little bit. Yeah, perfection, yeah. The object of the game is to keep, especially for you, your hips steady, okay? And when you lift your leg more, you take your hips out of alignment. Okay, well done. Okay, just do one more. Then we'll come up, we'll give onto kneeling, we'll give ourselves a shake out, and then I'm going to show you a lovely side stretch. Okay, so just when you're ready, there's no rush. I'll just shake ourselves out. That is great for just watching your hips, okay? It also is great for working on those abs. They are in there. And it just is really good for just really working on our hips and our stability. You know, especially as you get later into pregnancy and things start getting out of place, okay? That is a great one for really working on, just telling yourself, keep stable there. We're going to do a lovely calf stretch. So we're going to come back down to the floor into the same position, okay? So we are going to have our hands in the same position. And we're going to point one foot back. Okay, and then we're going to almost like draw a smile and bring it behind. So if you have your left foot back, you draw a smile and bring it behind your right foot, and then you look at it. So it's like puppy dog in a way, because you're looking at your bum or your foot, and you're just stretching. Flex that foot. And then draw the smile back the other way and pull that in. Okay. And now let's do the other side. So let's say it's your right foot that you're sending to do a smile. You straighten that right foot. You draw a smile behind your left foot and you look back at it and breathe. And maybe play around with it, flex that foot, really flex it, send your energy down into it, and then draw the smile back and pull your knee back up to center. We'll do another one on each side. Okay, so you're in your tabletop position. Exactly, you send one foot out. You draw a smile and then you look at it. Lovely, Ita, that's excellent. Yeah. And then just now see, Ita, if you can flex your foot more. And yeah, maybe can you feel then in your calf that stretch more? And just play around with it. You know, maybe push out more through the heel. And then when you're ready, just bring it back around and bring it back. Yeah. Okay, cool. Lovely. Okay. Well done. Now I can't see the rest of your feet, but I'm sure you're fine. Well done. Do the other side when you're ready. When you're ready, come on back to center. And we'll actually come to a cross-legged position and sit on a cushion or a blanket. Great, well done. Yeah, I just want to give you different options for stretching out those calves. Just for working on that hip stability. Yeah, it makes it more interesting for everybody, I think, you know, and you get it at different muscles. Okay, let's do our seated twist. And just get some space in the body. This can be great as well if you're suffering in any way from constipation, okay? So we breathe in and out, just relax the hip flexors. Then bring one hand to the opposite knee and then circle your hand around and gently look to the side and breathe in and out. As you continue to breathe, very gently and with love, start to trap your nose around. So it may reach your backhand. It may not. That's okay. Like, we're all different. Be really gentle with yourself. Be gentle with your neck and just tell yourself, slow down, slow down, slow down. When you're ready, bring the back hand back to center, bring your neck back to center, bring your other hand back to just rest on your knee, okay? Let's just maybe roll our shoulders. Give them a bit of a roll. Oh, yeah, okay. And then we'll do the other side, okay? Just remember, this is so corny, and I'm gonna say it, screw it. Corny is my middle name. Well, it's Francis actually, but be gentle. It's not about the destination, it's the journey. Okay, I know, ugh, but true. So opposite hand to opposite knee, and then very gently track your nose around. Don't just look straight at your back hand, okay? Really gently. You know, because that'll slowly, softly stretch your neck, okay? We're not about cranking. Lovely. You know, and we need to be gentle with ourselves, because when we're not gentle with ourselves and we're not loving with ourselves, we're telling ourselves we don't care about ourselves. That's not good. Okay, so really gently and lovingly, you know? Breathe in and out. Just enjoy the twist, enjoy the stretch. It's really good for your central nervous system. It's like wringing out your spinal cord, okay? And it's great. Any kind of twist is great for circulation, and it's great for the digestive system. And that bloody progesterone, that smooth relaxant, muscle relaxant, it smooths even out your digestive system. You know, so it slows everything down, and like, that's okay. It's getting you ready for birth ever so gently, but it affects everything in your body. So when you're ready, very gently bring your neck around, your arm around, and we'll meet each other in the middle. Okay, how am I doing? Okay, no, I want to give you a really lovely time for relaxation. Oh no, I just want one more. I just want to show you one more. It's just, I really love this one for the shoulders. I just feel you're probably at a computer at the moment. So I just want to show you one more, okay? It's seated. And so we can then go into Shavasana. I promise. Okay. Sit on your mat with your hands behind you, okay? Okay. So your hands might be behind you this way or back like that, okay? Okay. Now, if you want, you can bring your bum off the floor. Stay where you are. I'm just going to show you, okay? If you want, you could breathe in, breathe out, hug baby in, and bring your bum up, okay? But you don't have to, because you'll get the benefits from this if you just stay sitting as well. Because what I want you to do is just gently slide your shoulders back. And then as you breathe in, bring them forward. As you breathe out, slide your shoulders back and then bring them forward. If you want to, you can slide your shoulders back, lift your bum, look up, and then come down. Breathe in, slide the shoulders back, and then come down. But you could just be sliding your shoulders back and forward, back and forward. And when you're ready, then just do one more. And then get into a nice comfy position. And we'll relax. That truly, you can just sit, imagine just sitting on the floor, watching a family movie or whatever, and you can just be sliding your shoulders, sliding your shoulders, sliding your shoulders, like a sliding door. And it just helps so much, because as the weight gets a bit heavier at the front, it just tends to go like this, you know? Anyway, get comfy. Okay. Get nice and comfy. So you might need a pillow between your legs, or you might need 2 pillows if you want to put your knee and your leg like that. You might need the 2 because you want your hips to be, you know, you want them to be stacked. Okay, well done. Great job. That was a good class. There was some challenging work in there. So I want you to get nice and comfy and give yourself a well done. Breathe in and out. Just notice your breath as it is. And deepen your breath. It's completely normal in life and in pregnancy to just not be able to switch off. It's really common. And if that's the case, that's okay. Just allow yourself to feel like that. Notice, are you gripping anywhere? If you have your eyes closed, are they actually relaxed? Breathe slower and deeper. Bring your attention to the rhythm of your breath. Slow down your inhale and exhale. Maybe bring your attention to just that little pause, the gap. Bring your attention to any part of your body that, you know, might be distracting you right now, or maybe it's uncomfortable. Breathe in and out. Feel any tension release. Feel it melt away. Let it go. As you breathe in and out, know that your body knows what to do. It has everything that it needs to support you and your baby. And your body is amazing. You are growing a baby from 2 little cells to like a baby that can touch, feel, and hear you now at this stage. It's amazing. So when you look in the mirror, if there's anything that you don't think positively about, just let that go. You are amazing, and your body is amazing. Breathe in a colorful light of oxygen. Send it like mist all around your body, surrounding your baby with that breath, with that mist. Breathing in and out and sending waves of oxygen to nourish you and your baby. You might have 50% more blood in your body right now, and your body knows what to do. It knows that it needs extra oxygen. You are doing a great job. And it's okay to have worries. It's okay to be afraid of all the millions of things we make up in our head. But your body knows what to do. So bring yourself back to positivity. Bring yourself back to your breath. Breathe in and out. And as you breathe in and out, I want you to do just a very gentle body scan. And I want you to think about how much you love your body. Even if you don't, I want you to start telling yourself how much you love your body and how proud you are of your body. It's gorgeous. So send your breath to your beautiful face and your beautiful brain, your head, and let it go. Breathe in and feel the oxygen go in, down, relaxing your neck and shoulders and back. And if there's any tension there, just let it go. Breathe in and let that breath, that oxygen, come down to baby, surround baby, then let it go. Bring that breath in and down to your bum. Let those glutes go. Let them soften. Let go of any tension you're feeling or holding in your bum, your glutes, your hip flexors, your thighs. They are supporting you. They're doing an amazing job. Breathe in and send that breath down to your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, your feet. And as you lie here, I just want you just to think about how amazing your body is, how strong it is, how capable it is. And I want you to think of somewhere in your body and just really think about how much you love that. And I want you to bring that pride and body confidence with you, even after the class. When you're ready, I want you just to bring some gentle movement back into your body. Maybe have a stretch. Maybe a little yawn. Oh, I can never say that word without yawning. Whew. Maybe stretch your arms, give yourself a nice wriggle. And very gently come up to a seated position. Well done. Good class, everyone. I had some challenging moments in there for you, so good for you for coming with me with the challenge. Next week, I'm going to ask that you bring with you, like, I mean, I happen to have a cork block, but something about that size. We're not going to lean on it. I just want you to be able to hold it. So it could be a shoebox or it could be a book. Okay, but a book that's nice and, you know, that you could, I mean, geez, I'm not going to say a Bible, right? But like a good thick book, War and Peace, maybe, you know, something that you can really just do this with, okay? Or something else, kitchen pot. That might be a bit harder, but anyway, I'll leave it to your imagination. Look after yourselves. Only think, well, I know you can't, but try to think positive, loving things about yourself and have a great week. And it was so lovely seeing you. And look after yourself. I will send you the link for this class so that you can do it again if you want. And when I think of other things, I'll attach those into the same email. Okay, so have a lovely one. It'll probably be Monday, I'd say. Before I get a free moment again and to free my daughter from the garden now for the next while. Okay, so namaste. Look after yourself, and I'll see you back on the mat next week. Okay? Have a good week, everybody. Ah.